Hi, what's going on guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at basically the final patch notes for Wallaru before it comes into live realm. Because this is the third week of test realm, and honestly I doubt that they extend it to one more week, because most test realms, when it comes to world test realms, it's always been 3 weeks, and then the following week is going to be Wallaru. So to the players who keep asking me, when do you think Wallaru will drop? It will most likely drop next week at the time I'm recording this. So it could drop Monday, it could drop Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, somewhere around next week, because Thanksgiving is going to be coming up. So they obviously want to release a world before that, because they know players will be off due to breaks and stuff like that. So they want to push us out as quickly as they can. Now let's talk about the patch notes and what's being changed, because a lot of things are being changed. Bosses did get tweaked, drops are now implemented, so there's a couple things we can go over about, and I can give you guys more information regarding some of these patch notes, because not everything's always listed on the patch notes. I will always say that, because they always forget to add things, or they just dim it down so players can just get a basic understanding of the patch notes. But if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff. And let's quickly go over the patch notes, shall we? So November 15th of 2023, which is obviously, this was yesterday, but I'm recording this a day late because of the fact that the servers were down for like almost 12 hours or something like that. It was absurd. And then I think the servers went down again last night. So I don't know what's been going on with the servers, but hopefully everything's okay. World and story design built up the courage to speak again. Go speak with them. Now this to me seems like Hercules did this. I don't know why. Just I feel like Hercules always like teases in the patch notes. So, but anyways, sum it up. The last quest of Wallaru was bugged, and you couldn't finish it, and I couldn't finish it as well. A lot of players weren't able to. I don't think anyone was able to. So it was kind of anticlimactic due to the fact that you got another spoiler on top of a spoiler wall, which was like, hey, what the hell, man. But I did the quest on stream. I might make a video about it. I know a lot of other content creators already have, but I'll think about it, just because it kind of has like no context, so I'd probably have to like combine 2 streams in one just for the purpose of it. So we'll see about that. Wallaru's magic spell quest now has a quest arrow and an icon tracker. I don't know why you would need that, because at least in test realm, the Wallaru magic spell was just basically what it did was you just had to interact with Xander, and that's about it. You finished the quest, and then you got your school quest. So I don't know if they tweaked the quest in any sort of way, but I don't know why you need a quest arrow icon tracker. I mean, you're just talking to him to talk to him again. Who knows? New badges, loot drops, quest rewards, recipes added throughout Wallaru. I will be doing a separate video regarding a couple of these things. The recipe vendor, oh my god, dude. I think this makes up for them not having a hat, robe, boots, wand, because I think this is what like makes it for me. If the recipes were added, I'd probably still be like, okay. Like the pity system, if it wasn't added, I think I would probably be like, okay, well, this update's not in my favor in any sort of way. But these recipes 100% save it for me, and a lot of players will understand once I post that video later today. You guys are gonna be like, what the hell? So there's that. And then loot drops, I'll go over due to the fact that all the loots are implemented. Quests are now giving the correct stuff, at least from my experience, right? I don't know what there's possible quests that might be bugged. I wouldn't doubt it, right? And then badges, there's tons of badges that were added. Even I know this, because if you did finish some of the challenge modes, players are saying that you can get multiple badges for challenge mode. So I don't know if there's gonna be a requirement on the crafters at all when you do interact with or once you defeat one of the bosses. There is a crafter, a gear crafter. I'm not too sure if those are badge locked or not, and if they are, they might be to a certain point. And I don't know if you get gold keys per badge on each limitation for challenge mode. I would hope that you do, because it would incentivize me to do it on multiple characters. But if it's just after the first completion, I mean, hey, you're still getting a gold key. That's how it should be, because that's how the previous challenge modes were when it came to Storm Titan, and I think it was, I don't remember, what's the other challenge? Oh, Medulla. Once we had those, you got a guarantee key on your first win. So I don't know if they're gonna have that same system. I would hope so, right? But they're adding more quests, or they're adding more badges, I mean. So don't know if those other badges will still give you a gold key or not. We'll just have to find out. And I'm not gonna do 50 challenge modes in test round or whatever is dummy amount it could possibly be. I refuse. And this one, it's like, what, today's Thursday, all we have is today and tomorrow. I'm not gonna, no. Reagents added to the dreaming. Of course, the recipe vendors require reagents. I think we all knew that was going to be happening. It happened with Novus. It's going to happen again. So that's why reagents are going to be sought after once Wallaru does come out. I'm expecting a lot of people doing a lot of things. Then we got the combat stuff. This is like more my forte. But invading fleets challenge mode turned on. I don't know why it's called invading fleets. First of all, because it's when you hop on the sigil, it says invading fleets, but when you go inside the dungeon, it says Doom Moon challenge mode. So I don't know what's going on right now. Am I doing Doom Moons or am I doing invading fleets? But basically, it's the ship fight that you do at the end of the arc. So that has a challenge mode now. I don't know what it drops at the moment, but I don't know. I did it on stream. I feel like it's a little bit buggy because the fact that I'm able to use things quite normally. I mean, there are like 1 or 2 cheats I was able to activate, but it's supposed to do snake turn order and that's not working. It's not giving me snake turn order where like it's beast moon rules where it's like the first they go first and I go, then they go. It's not doing that. And then stun blocks are supposed to, or stunning an enemy should not be putting a stun block, but it is giving a stun block. So I don't know what's happening with that invading fleets fight. Hopefully these issues don't come into live realm, but if there's not going to be another patch, I think that fight might be a little bit buggy when it comes to challenge mode. The regular version we'll have no issues with, but they did remove the stun blocks counting as wards. It wasn't just because of me. I know players are gonna be like, okay, Almond, this is your fault. It wasn't because of me. Cam already knew that stun blocks weren't working, so instantly players came out and be like, Almond, you ruined the fight. No, you can still like 3-round it. Like, it's not that difficult. You can still 2-round it if I say so myself. You can still do it pretty easily. Like, you can even use Scald and Cindy in the regular version. And the thing is, I don't even think Doom Moon even activates in the challenge mode, like the Doom Moon that's in the back that helps you. I wasn't able to activate it at all unless it has a dummy high condition. So yeah, so even then it's only for the regular version, so don't even think about it too much. And invading fleets are still going to be dummy easy. They didn't increase the health of it unless they lowered the health of the Doom Moon, so it doesn't do 6k, but regardless, it is still an easy fight. Do not even trip. It's not even challenge mode. Challenge mode is where it's going to be at, I feel like, depending on the drops, of course. And then Crash Bandicoot challenge mode turned on. I don't even want to speak about that. That fight is they like combined it. Best way to explain the Crash Bandicoot challenge mode is whenever we had the Jade Oni rematches first introduced, and Jade Oni was literally in this infinite cycle of doing his school Oni over and over and over, Crash Bandicoot does the same thing, but instead is if he doesn't waste his pips, he will keep doing an Azteca 10 pip spell every round, and he can stack those depending on his school pips. So if he has like 2 school pips of fire and he doesn't waste them, he'll do a Sun Serpent, and then next round if he still has those 2 school pips for fire, he'll do another Sun Serpent. And these are all these are all 10 pip spells that have like removals on them and turn them into something. So the worst one in my opinion is going to be the life one. If you get a Spiny Sword, yeah, all your traps are just getting chalked, vice versa with other ones. So honestly, from my experience, don't do that fight without a balance. I recommend you spamming mana burn on that fight. I will probably make a video on my experience, but I want to have a long talk with Stormbringer on that fight. Don't know what he was cooking. Don't know what he was cooking. And then Freddy Croker and Mr. Montgomery fights adjusted for standard and challenge mode. Standard mode on Freddy Croker, I haven't seen players complain. I mean, they still have the dispel. I think that's what people were complaining about in the regular variant. But there's that. And then Mr. Montgomery, the regular mode, I had no issue with it. I mean, I literally did 2 player Scald and Cindy. So I have zero clue how that fight is in regular. But they did change it in challenge mode, even though it's not listed on here. I mean, it is. I mean, it says adjusted challenge mode. But the challenge mode for Freddy Croker was adjusted. So instead of it being 1 mob, it is now 3. I know if you have a lot of people in your team for like the standard, you could get a 4th mob, but in challenge mode I think it's just 3 all the time. And there's some additional cheats, but honestly, whenever I make that video, I think the Freddy Krueger fight is not that bad challenge mode. I think I'm having more of an issue on Crash Bandicoot just because you need a balance. But yeah, and then Mr. Montgomery, they changed the Liam fight. The only thing they tweaked was you can't dispel the Stormlord, but in return they got rid of the stun on the Stormlord, so it's not going to be as like, to me that is fine because it forced me to use conviction, and then like if I get stunned it's just over. I think that was fine. It's the strat is still going to be the same, it's just you're switching out that dispel for another weakness, another negative effect. You can even brace or something like that. There's a lot of different ways you can do the Mr. Montgomery fight, and I think that fight's fine. Honestly, I'm not going to complain. But I mean, it's something that they had to do because dispels I mean, I was going to do it regardless, right? So there's that, but I'll do a deep dive on whenever that comes to live realm as well. Mr. Kane fight respawn fixed and restraints reduced. I don't know why, but players were I was going to upload a video on this, but the day I was going to upload the video was when we had all this patch business. But Mr. Kane has been like talked about in the test realm Discord like nonstop, I feel like, and people were complaining that they don't know how to defeat him. I did it the intentional way on stream, but players were using like supernova and stuff like that, so I don't even know if that still works. But honestly, I will probably revisit it and see if we can still do the same thing. But yeah, we'll see after about that. And then Dream Freddy and Confusion now have cheats. I believe these are the solo fights that you do experience within Wallaru, and now they have cheats. A lot of players have been kind of giving their opinion on it, and honestly they're not that bad for solo fights. I mean, yeah, they have cheats, but hey, there's that. And then confirmed all monstrology bosses are now properly included, so you can do your monstrology fine. Players will find all the monstrology needed for Wallaru and go ham and get all their things, so there's that. Now they changed the new circle jewels to have specific school values, so it's similar to pins where like I can't just, how it originally was before at the beginning of test realm, I was able to just get whatever school and have each one was just 10%, right? Each one was just 10%. I could just put on anything. I could put on ice at 10%, storm, life, whatever. But now they all have specific values for your school, so it's similar to the pin situation where you're limited on what pins are for your school, and you know the values will be adjusted. So if for me it's 10%, it might not be 10% for you on your school, stuff like that. I get it. At the same time, I mean, it's kind of annoying just because you have to get school specific ones now, and there's more drop value behind that, so it just forces players to farm on multiple schools. I think it's just keep players entertained till the Nightmare Dungeon comes out, so there's that. And then updated the 170 stat maxes to no longer include new jewels nor level 170 hat, robe, boots, wand. I don't know what these stat caps are looking like, and if it's reachable and it's fine, I think it'll be okay for raids, because I mean, look how long it took to defeat the raid, right? I think we all know this as a community. Look how long it took, right? Whether it be issues, bugs, and then people just having to defeat it with like other sort of ways. So now we're at that point where people are defeating it, but a lot of players are voicing their opinion that, hey, I'm just going to level lock at 160 because if these stat caps are way too high, I am not reaching 170. And judging by that, I can't give a definitive opinion about this, right? Because I don't know what the stat caps are like 100%, but the previous stat caps of when they did include hat, robe, boots, wand, and everything were dummy high. Like we could not reach it because there's not enough gear sets to do so. We're limited on like maybe 2, and that's if you include like Hunhao and Shabalba, but I don't even know if those are even coming out. They're not even like, this is the last week of test room and they had yet to say a peep about it. So I don't know, right? Is this the raid just gonna still be at 160 gear? There's not even a vendor. They didn't speak about a vendor or anything like that, so I have no clue. And I'm not gonna go defeat the raid in test round. I am not. So there's that. Guild Museum, they added recipes to the Guild Museum, and they fixed museum tiering and removed solo drop locations. Some of the drops required you to do solo fights that are like non-repeatable. I don't know why, but that's adjusted now. And they added the museum recipe, so there's a lot of recipes in the museum now, so housing people will go ham. I think this will probably be like their favorite update because they got a lot of things added. So there's a lot of recipes there, and I think they adjusted some of the values for the Azoth, but they didn't adjust the values for the museum, so everything is still 1 from what it seems like. But I don't know if that was just because I was in a guild that's already done it on test realm or whatever. So I don't know if they're all going to stay at 1. I don't think they are. I don't think so. They're probably all going to be like in the hundreds, probably 50s, somewhere around there, around that value. But hey, we'll just have to see what the museum looks like whenever it comes to live realm. So there's that. So that's basically everything. Oh, also Cam is not in, or Hephaestus, I always call him Cam, but Hephaestus test shop is not there anymore in test realm, so you can't buy anything. And there's also, like I said, the vendor is active when it comes to Wallaru, and there's also the vendors that do activate after killing a boss, whether it be like Crash, Freddy. I'll probably do videos on those bosses, but yeah, I'm kind of behind compared to everybody else. I didn't upload a video yesterday. I was kind of out of it, so bear with me. All right, bear with me. But you should see a lot of videos today as well, and I'll probably do a lot of testing throughout today and tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the last day of test realm, and I won't be able to test as many things as I can. So if you guys have any suggestions that you guys need me to upload, I will. Also, as a PSA to the people that are waiting for me to upload the spell quest, I think I'm only missing the life one. The ice one I can't do because I didn't max out my ice. So I won't do the ice quest, or I won't post it to live realm. So I'm sorry to the people who love ice. But yeah, I didn't finish my ice. It's 160, but I just didn't finish the quest line. It didn't cross my mind. And plus I was banned for a month, so I would have done it, but it is what it is. But that's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Be on the lookout for all the content and all the vid guides on how to do all these fights, because I know how to do like 2 of them. Just the Crash fight is the basic summarization of the Crash fight is just bring a balance and non-stop mana burn. That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Join Discord if you guys want to, if you want to participate in the museum or just in raids in general. I'm gonna be doing all that stuff in my guild as well. So there's that, and stop by the stream whenever you guys get the chance, so if you guys want to, right? And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.